Ahoy, mateys! I just finished my final exam. Stats is behind me, hopefully for good. I suck at math, and I'm home now, and I'm decompressed, and I'm ready to solve this mystery. So this, I'm projecting, will be the final episode of Agatha Christie, Evil Under the Sun. I don't know how long this chapter is going to be, but I have it on good authority that this is the final chapter. So without further ado, let's jump right in. August 25th, 1940, afternoon. Part of the reason why I am so pumped.
Hastings, we are agreed Mrs. Castle may, as you say, attempt to do their bunk. It would be wise to make sure she does not destroy the evidence against her.
This is true.
Time for a raid on the safe?
Précisément.
Okay, so we're off to Mrs. Castle's desk so that we can take all the evidence that she's actually a Nazi spy. Yeah, part of the reason why I'm so excited about this is that there really are 4 or 5 different tangential mysteries going on, and they've all got to be connected some way. But I have my own ideas of who I think is the culprit behind each one. I think J.N., John North, is still my top pick for murderer of Arlena Stewart.
I think now would be an excellent time to remove the contents of their safe.
I follow Porto. And if not him, then I'm really leaning towards Stephen the Vicar. He's a pretty sussy guy, if I do say so myself. Let me guess, it's already gone.
Solidly.
Do we have the key?
I do not.
No, that's the master key, which opens everything but the safe.
But the signal lantern, it is missing. Why?
She must have some use of it, but the German radio and codebook are still here, which is incriminating enough. And what was this little piece of paper here? Can't look at it? No? That's alright. Watch Mrs. Castle just walk in right now while we're stealing her radio. Okay, good. Whew. So, start up a chapter. Sometimes it's kind of tricky to figure out what's going on and where I should go. So I'm going to give a quick lap of the island, as usual, and we'll see if something stops me before I get all the way through. Where are all the people at? Brewster. She's probably just going to take me back to the crime scene. You know what? Let's just have a look at the finger to see what I can ask about. Gladys, Horace, Henry. Okay. About 5 or 6 people, is that right? Colonel Weston is one of them. So you know what? I'm going to say begin with Weston, actually. We'll see what our partner in crime, or rather partner-in-law, has to say. I'm sorry, I won't say that anymore. Oh, who's this?
Well, is it true? Is she dead?
It is true, Monsieur Lane.
You remember our conversation
Stephen.
yesterday about the reality of evil?
Colonel Weston has put me in charge of the investigation. There are some questions I therefore must put to you.
I understand.
It's a little suspicious, you just showing up the day later. So I'm gonna need some proof. Oh god, I really want to hear this. Okay, well, let's take it one at a time, because I should ask him first about what he did yesterday.
Will you tell me of your movements today?
Willingly. Well, thanks to you,
This
I
is the
spent
same
a
day.
delightful
Dang.
day hiking over
I
to
forgot.
St. Patrick in the Coombe. Started off round 8. The church is about 7 miles from here. A very pleasant walk up and down the Devon hills and valleys. I ate those sandwiches in a spinney. I visited the church. It has some fragments, only fragments, alas, of early glass. Also, a very interesting painted screen.
Did you see anyone? The vicar or the verger?
No, there was no one about, and I was the only visitor. It's a very remote spot.
Oh, come on. Buddy, that means you don't have an alibi.
Is there anything you heard or saw that can help us?
All I can tell you is this, that I knew, as soon as I saw her, that Arlena Marshall was a focus of evil. She was evil.
That is bold.
Since Eve, woman has been man's
Oh
downfall.
my god.
She can drag him down to the level of the beast. Arlena Marshall was a woman such as Jezebel and Aholibah. Now she has been struck down in her wickedness.
Alright, that's...
No, not struck down. Strangled. Strangled, Monsieur Lane, by a pair of all too human hands. Monsieur Lane, why were you forced to leave your church in Brixton?
Big question.
I told you, I became ill.
But it was a spiritual
Press
illness.
him, Hastings. Now.
Alright, we're pushing him.
Did either Millie Parsons or Alice Corrigan belong to your church?
No, but I knew what they were. A man named Gideon Fell. An innocent schoolteacher
Innocent?
hounded by police. He was a member of my flock.
Did you preach of Jezebel and Aholibah when Millie Parsons and Alice Corrigan were murdered?
The
Yo!
truth must be told. God's vengeance must be proclaimed.
Were you fired because of your beliefs?
I am not the first to be martyred for the truth.
Dude!
I think that I have nothing more to say to you.
As you like.
Brixham. Oh, man, I should have kept the name straighter.
Well done, Hastings. I think that if Monsieur Lane wishes to see the true nature of evil, he need only gaze into his own mirror.
He was indirectly responsible for the murders of Millie Parson. He radicalized freaking John North. Or not John North, what am I saying? Gideon Fell. That's who. Oh, if I looked deeper, I probably could have found the Brixham references. Because, yeah, you know, if I went into my notes right now, I can't do it from the screen, I'll bet that they would have shown me that, they had both descended from Brixham.
Yes, please?
On me way. What a lot of... And I brought over...
That's big. That's, Okay, so I don't think he was directly responsible for the murder of Arlena, but he's very boldly a zealot in this regard. Weston.
Ah, there you are, Poirot. What can I do for you?
Alright, Jimmy Nash, tell me what you know.
Any news on Jimmy Nash, the photographer?
I haven't received the report yet, but your inquiry got Scotland Yard very excited about something.
I will be curious to hear what they find.
Well, how would you know if they're excited if you didn't get the report?
Do you have the background checks on the suspects?
Ooh, this could be big too.
Yes, here they are.
Good day, monsieur.
Background checks. Let's have a look at this. Okay. Oh, okay, this is going to be a bit of reading, but I'm excited. So, everyone that we know in this game, these are the people who have some kind of criminal history. Montague Berry, former Army officer, retired, 1932, able field commander. Oh, never mind. They're not all criminal records. It just says no criminal record at the end. 2 reports of inappropriate attentions directed towards several wives of fellow officers. Yep, that's the same Montague Berry we know. And there are rumors the business may go under. Even so, Black continues to lead a lavish lifestyle and appears to have the funds to support the same. Okay, so Horace Blatt has a secondary source of income that is probably some kind of illicit, illegal dealing. Wow. Stay down. Emily Brewster, Ocean View Crest, Brixham. Ballet instructor, North Brixham Conservatoire. Former member of the Commonwealth Ballet Company. Severe hamstring injury cut short, promising career. Well-respected teacher, no criminal record. Rosamund Darnley. Well-known fashion designer, owner of Rosamund Ltd. The company is extremely profitable. Her designs are said to be stylish with just the right touch of flair. Very popular in London at the moment. No criminal record. Nobody has any criminal record so far. Oakley and Carrie Gardner. Former owner and manager of Whitehaven Theatre. Well-respected regional theatre in the Lake Country. The theater began to suffer financial losses in 1931, and last year, after an aborted attempt to mount an expensive production of Chekhov's Three Sisters, the theater was forced to close. No criminal records. Yet. Because I am very suspicious of the Gardners. Stephen Lane, here we go. Former clergyman. Lane lost his living 3 months ago after a series of bitter sermons indiscriminately attacking the feminine sex outraged many of his parishioners. One charge of disorderly conduct in a public house last month was dismissed. Alright, yeah. So Lane is, a bit kooky. We have established this now. Captain Kenneth Marshall, 73 Upcott Mansions, London, SW7. Investment banker and partner in the city firm of Marshall, Osgood and Gantz. Married to actress Arlena Marshall, one daughter, Linda, from a previous marriage. While previously reserved and quiet-spoken, Marshall has a reputation as a tough businessman who can become ruthless with anyone he believes has crossed him. No criminal record, though. Patrick and Christine Redfern. Husband is an estate agent, just beginning to establish himself in the area. Has been seen in the company of London Smart Set. Recently seen about in the company of actress Arlena Marshall. Okay, so word gets around about that. No criminal records. Mrs. Hilary Castle, Smuggler's Rest Hotel. Okay, I want to see about this. Castle is the woman's maiden name. In 1916, she was married in Germany to a Karl Frisch. Husband's current whereabouts are unknown. In January of this year, she was fired from her job as manager of a small hotel in the West End after continually making comments sympathetic to fascist politics to guests. No criminal record. Yeah, this lady's a red flag. I don't know how you didn't pick her up before, UK. Gladys Narracont, chambermaid, Smuggler's Rest Hotel, spent her entire life in Lethercombe Bay. Hardworking, no criminal record. Yeah, Gladys couldn't hurt a fly. George Strum, bathing beach attendant, many prizes for swimming while at school, scheduled to shortly enter naval training, no criminal record. And Henry Bailey, the Modbury from South Devon, barman, Smuggler's Rest Hotel, originally from West Sussex, 2 arrests as a teenager for public nuisance and defacing of public property. Served 1 month in Borstal for the first charge, 3 months for the second. Okay, that doesn't tell us all too much, if I'm being entirely honest. That just kind of reinforces that Castle is a spy. And, is that really all that there is? That's because this isn't everybody. Okay.
Sorry, Poirot. I have stacks of paperwork to deal with.
That's alright, chap. Let's just get right back into the mystery. Now, oh! I'm so sorry. My cat is just being a menace today. Okay, I think I've neutralized my cat for now. Let's go check out the monk's hood real quick, see if anything new is going on in here. Oh, Bagby's gone. It's the first time I've seen the place empty.
From the look of those awards, this chap Bagby's won quite a few dart championships.
Alright. Maybe, what's her name? Adelaide Hughes? What's up with you? Oh, telegrams.
May I help you?
No, miss.
We sent out 2 telegrams not long ago. That's right. I'll bet the answers have come in now.
Are there any telegrams for me?
I'll just check. Of course, sir.
Okay. Did we get both of them? Letter from Barkett and Applegood. Okay, I think that this name was associated with Arlena Stewart. Or Marshall, whatever her name is. I don't know which one we go by most often, but, I'm not sure what it was. Barkett and Applegood. Dear Monsieur Poirot, we are of course shocked and deeply saddened to learn of our client's death. As I understand, you are acting for the police in this matter. I have no hesitation in providing you with the information you have requested. Arlena Marshall's career as an actress was an extremely lucrative one. Her husband, Kenneth Marshall, is the only beneficiary of her will. Her account stood until recently at a comfortable £50,000. Last week, however, she requested and received a bank draft in the amount of £10,000. The reason for the withdrawal is unknown. Nathaniel Barkett. Okay, Arlena was up to something. I'm not sure what it is. I kind of smell the Nazis, but I don't know for sure.
How may I be of...
I would like to send...
Of course, sir.
No more...
And then I know we also sent a telegram to the Millie Parsons School, but I guess we're not hearing back from them yet. What was Arlena Marshall doing with all that money? Certainly this getaway didn't cost her $10K. Okay. Jenks. Oh, Montague Berry. How are you, my good sir?
Ah? Major Barry.
It's true then? Mrs. Marshall has been murdered?
Oh, he's
It
been
is
away,
true.
hasn't he?
Shocking. Most shocking. Of course, I can tell you after being in an Indian hill station, what you don't know about human nature isn't worth knowing. Matter of fact, this reminds me of a case in Simla. Fellow named Robinson. Was it Ramslan? Anyway, he was in the East Wilts, or was it the North Surreys?
Is there an end to
Major
the story?
Barry.
Doesn't matter, really. Quiet chap, you know. Went for his wife one evening in their bungalow, got her by the throat. She'd been carrying on with some fellow or other. By Jove, he nearly did for her too. Surprise us all. Quiet chap like that.
Huh. Why are you telling me this?
You see an analogy to this case?
Well, that is to say, never said anything about Marshall. Quiet, but a thoroughly nice chap. Wouldn't say a word against him in the world.
Oh, so you think Kenneth did it. I can empathize with that.
You were not at the hotel today?
No, wanted to do some telephoning. The post office here isn't very private, so I drove over to Kingsbridge.
Yeah, what are
Had
you
a bit
so
of bother
top
with the
secret
motor
about?
earlier on, but young Jenks patched it up, so off I went. Almost ran down that fool cat and dog on my way up the high street.
You were quite taken with Mrs. Marshall, were you not?
You know I was, man. Have the decency to let that drop, will you?
It is a case of murder, Major Barry. Poirot does not let anything drop.
Okay, who'd you speak to in Kingsbridge?
Did you speak to anyone in Kingsbridge?
Want me to prove an alibi, eh? Saw about 50,000 people in Kingsbridge, but that's not to say they'll remember seeing me.
This is true.
What time did you leave?
Just before 10.
And when'd you come back?
What time did you return?
Only just now.
The drive? It is that long?
Well, no. Bit embarrassing for an old campaigner like me, but I got lost. These confounded lanes, twisting and turning all over the place. Damn confusing part of the world. Was there anything else?
Can you think of anything else?
Nothing. I'm out of it. Right out of it.
Yeah, I low-key
My
believe him.
motor car is running like new, Mr. Jenks. Thank you.
My pleasure, Major.
Jenks, how about you, man?
Thanks to you, Mr. Poirot. I found a winch handle
That's
for
right.
you. What do you want with a winch if you haven't a sailboat?
Long story.
One must start somewhere, my friend.
So that's one way to answer.
Like a ride to the island?
Why, I sure would.
Yes, please.
Let's be off then.
Okay, we are going
I run
right
out.
down to the crime scene. This is exciting. Maybe we're gonna get a bona fide secret passageway in this game after all. Brewster. I'm kind of suspicious she did it. I've noticed that Agatha Christie likes to write murderers who have a sense of justice that the audience can agree with, and that would certainly be her getting vengeance for the dead girls.
Can you row me to Cutter's Cove?
Mr. Poirot, after your efforts to find Millie's killer, I'll row you any...
Actually, I just remembered that she found the body, and she's been very cooperative in the investigation, so it probably isn't her. But a guy can dream. Oh, they've taken the body away now. That's too bad. Okay. Sailboat winch handle thing. Send her in.
A hidden passage. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, so this definitely confirms then that the murderer could have come by and escaped through the church ruins or through the secret passageway in the old Tom Cutter's pub. I forget what the pub's name is. Very interesting. And of course, these footprints imply that that was the path being used. So yeah, it was going right from the pub all the way to the murder scene. And there's no trails leading back to the church. So that's important to know. Probably because this door had been shut for so long. Big old stone rolled in front of it.
No, Hastings.
This is probably... This is a voodoo scene, isn't it? I'll bet Linda put this together. Is Linda down here at her favorite beach? No. Not sketching the Guillemot. Alright. Let me go knock on some people's doors, because I have an idea of some people I want to talk to. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Henry. We gotta talk with the barman, don't we? Hey. Is that, Patrick? I think it is.
Afternoon, sir. Care for a cocktail?
No, I thank you, Henry. May I inquire of your movements this morning?
Seeing to my duties as usual, sir. Cleaning up in here, checking stock, helping make the dining room ready for lunch. Mrs. Castle can vouch for me.
Well, I can
Merci.
hardly trust Mrs. Castle, but I guess we'll ask her.
Monsieur Redfern, may I impose upon you again?
Of course, Monsieur Poirot. My nerves are a bit steadier now.
I wonder why. Okay, how long did you know Marshall?
Monsieur Redfern, how long had you known Elena Marshall?
3 months?
I understand you met casually at a cocktail party?
Yes, that's how it came about.
Okay. This one?
Captain Marshall tells me that you and his wife did not know each other well.
That's not exactly true. I saw a fair amount of her one way and another.
Was your wife aware of your friendship with Madame Marshall?
Friendship.
I believe I mentioned to my wife I'd met her.
But she did not know how often you were seeing her?
Oh, she
Perhaps not.
knew. Yeah.
Did you arrange to meet Madame Marshall here?
I suppose it's no good my fencing with you now. I was crazy about the woman.
Thank
Mad,
you.
Infatuated. Anything you like. She wanted me to come down here. I would have agreed to do any mortal thing she liked.
Did Madame Marshall return your regard?
She pretended to. But I think she was one of those women who lose interest in a man once they've got him body and soul. See here, I've told you the truth. But how much of this has got to be made public? If it all comes out, it's going to be pretty rough on my wife. I know. I may sound like the worst kind of hypocrite. But the real truth is, I care deeply for my wife.
Yeah, you sound
The
like a
other?
hypocrite.
It was a madness. Kind of idiotic fool thing men do. But Christine is different. She's real. Badly as I treated her, I've known all along that she was the person who really counted.
Aw.
I wish I could make you believe that.
I don't believe
I
it, but
do
it's a
believe
nice
it, monsieur.
sentiment. No, don't believe
Have
him.
no doubt that I do believe it.
Alright, fair enough. He gets a musical cue.
Was Madame Marshall afraid if her husband learned the truth?
She was a bit nervous, yes. I'm not sure I'd go as far as to say afraid.
Dude was literally simping in 1930 whatever. Like, how do you get, like, groomed meetups like that without using, like, social media?
Was there talk of marriage between you and Madame Marshall?
No, never. Elena was perfectly satisfied married to Marshall. He's a well-respected businessman. She never saw me as a possible husband. I was just one of a succession of poor mutts. Just something to pass the time with.
She did
And
call
yet
you a
knowing
puppy.
this did not alter your feelings for her?
No.
Pick your head up, King. God, he probably would have subbed to her OnlyFans.
Had you an appointment with Madame Marshall this morning?
No. We usually met on the beach.
Were you surprised not to find her there this morning?
Yes, I was. Very surprised. I couldn't understand it at all.
Can you think of a reason why she went to Cutter's Cove this morning?
I haven't the faintest idea. It wasn't like Elena.
She was going to meet somebody. Probably JN. And then JN killed her.
Do you know of anyone in London who might have the grudge against her?
Honestly, I can't think of anyone.
Do
JN!
you know anyone with the
Yes!
initials JN?
Come on, come on.
JN? You mean Jimmy Nash?
Who is he?
Tell me about him.
Spill!
Well, Jimmy was just one of the crowd. A photographer. Took a splendid picture of Christine and me, as a matter of fact. But now that I think of it, I did hear he and Elena were an item at one time. Haven't seen much of him lately. I'd heard he got himself into some sort of trouble over money. He just dropped out of sight. Monsieur
John
Poirot,
North
if there
innocent?
aren't any more
Question mark?
questions, I think I'd like to be with my wife.
Of course, monsieur. I think you will find that she would like that as well.
Hang on, let me just make sure real quick. Did we confirm that John North is a real person and not just an alias for Jimmy Nash? Where was it? There's so many different things now. Report on Mr. North. Jasper Allen North. Yeah, apparently he's a real guy. So I guess Jimmy Nash and John North are two different people. Very interesting. Finger of suspicion. What would you have me do next? Gladys, Horace, Bailey. There's still something for Bailey, apparently.
All-knowing power.
What's that?
Huh?
Yeah, it's just talk to him again? Guess so. Alright, let's go back and have another chit-chat with Henry. Again.
Sir, I really can't talk right now.
Sure you can, Henry. Alright, maybe we should do something else then. Who else is on here? I know Horace Blatt was one of them. Patrick?
We be.
What is it, search his room?
Huh?
Talk to Patrick again. Weston's back on here. Probably with more background checks or something on Jimmy Nash. Okay, let's go to the second floor and see how many people's rooms we can poke around in. Or at least knock on doors and talk to people. Because I think there's a lot of people upstairs who we could talk to. I know Gladys is on our list. Kenneth. Kenneth, my man. Are you here? Gladys!
Mademoiselle Gladys? Will you help me by answering some questions concerning the death of Madame Marshall?
Oh, yes, sir. I'll help if I can.
You were on this floor cleaning all morning?
Yes, sir. Just like every day. Clean, clean, clean.
Clean, clean, clean. Yeah, who else did you see when you were cleaning?
Did you see anyone else on this floor this morning?
No, sir. But I was cleaning the rooms,
You
so
already
while
told
I
me
was
that.
in one, anybody could have walked past.
It's a fair point.
Did you see Captain Marshall at all this morning?
Yes, sir. He came up to his room not long after 10:30. I heard the sound of his typewriter a little later.
I heard that
When
too.
was that?
Oh, I would say about 5 minutes to 11.
Okay. Who had the late
Do you
bath?
recall who had the late bath this morning?
Late bath? Oh, I know what you mean. I remarked to Mrs. Castle only a little while ago. I said that it was funny someone was having a bath. It was nearly 12 o'clock.
And who was it who had the bath?
That I couldn't say, sir. I heard the water going down the waste pipe. That's all.
And that's a clue, is it?
Whoa, hold up.
Of the utmost importance.
That is, pretty interesting. There was a bath at noon. Was somebody perchance washing off the evidence of the murder? Because didn't the murder happen at 11:45? Yeah, I think it did. Ooh.
You cleaned Mademoiselle Linda Marshall's room?
Yes, sir. As always.
Did you do the fireplace?
There wasn't anything to do, sir. There had been no fire lit.
And there was nothing in the fireplace?
No, sir. It was perfectly all right.
So that means that the fire she did wasn't then?
Did you perhaps notice a bottle missing from any of the rooms?
A bottle, sir? What kind of bottle?
This one right
No,
here.
Hastings, the glass bottle found at the bottom of the rocky bath.
The sun lotion.
No, sir. I don't think I've ever seen that bottle before.
Thank you, mademoiselle. You may resume your duties.
Yes, sir? No more jars to open?
No, I'm too afraid.
That is happily all in the past.
Yeah. Okay, this is interesting. That bath comment right there, I didn't know about that. Pretty incriminating stuff, depending on how you look at it. If we could figure out whose room had a bath running in the middle of the day, that person must have been in on the murder. Finger, guide me. Gladys. Something for Gladys again?
Heed our...
Maybe this is outdated.
Fantastic.
Yeah, okay, it says talk to her. How about Horace?
Heed our...
I don't know where to find him, so I'll gladly take a hint. Search his room, alright. Horace, Henry, Patrick, Major, Colonel, Kenneth. Alright. Let's search Horace's room, and then we'll go speak with Weston again. Isn't Horace this way? Yeah. Oh, wise Horace Blatt. What are you hiding? Hey! We knew it! Knew it! Knew it!
I say, Poirot. Not the usual kit for a gentleman sailor.
What do we got here? A 38
revolver,
special?
Apparently owned by Horace Blatt. The revolver is loaded.
Loaded in what? Give me the specs. Uh-oh.
What's this? What are you doing in here?
What's all
I
this
have
then?
been charged with investigating the murder of Elena Marshall.
Poirot, what's that behind your
I
back?
believe she was shot. Was she?
No?
Then kindly return my property to me.
Unfortunately, we have no choice, Hastings.
Let the man have a pistol. Well, now we know he has it, although we had our suspicions before. Damn, I didn't even get to see what that was chambered in.
No more can be learned by disturbing him any further at the moment.
Was it him or Patrick who said somebody shot at them recently? My cat is woken up, and he is misbehaving to the umpth degree. Okay. Somebody said they had been shot at, and I kind of feel like it was Blatt. Blatt said that he had been shot at. Blatt is such a good name for Horace Blatt. It just really fits him. Let's pop into the pub real quick, just to make sure there's, like, no ghosts running around in here. Can never be too certain. Yeah, no ghosts. Uh-huh. Wrong way. Wrong way.
Hello?
Yes, please?
On me way.
On me way.
What a lot of... And I brought her...
Alright. Weston, what you got for me? I'd better have a report on Jimmy Nash stat.
Information you requested should be available.
Damn. He's not ready to talk. Okay, Kenneth Marshall. What do we need from Kenneth Marshall? Probably just to talk to him? Because I have no idea where he is.
Fantastic.
Search his room. Very interesting. I don't think that the finger has updated itself, because it still has everyone's names on there, even though we've interacted with most of them. Maybe we can finally investigate his typewriter ribbon. Figure out what it was that he was typing. Might be a messy process, though. Oh, is this something new here?
This looks important. I will keep it in my notebook.
What do we got here? Two things. A letter to Kenneth Marshall and Kenneth's response. Okay. It's from somebody named Martin Anderson. What does this say? 2 typical examples of the 5 letters written to Kenneth Marshall and answered by him the morning of the 25th. It seems pretty clear from the dates and postmarks that he in fact did receive the letters in the morning and must have spent nearly an hour in answering them. The time necessary to travel from the hotel to Cutter's Cove and back again should be added to this to check his alibi. That's our writing, I'm guessing. Okay, so this looks boring. And then Kenneth's response. Yeah. So he basically conducted business, and we heard it being typed. So is this corroborating his alibi then? He in fact did receive the letters in the morning and must have spent nearly an hour in answering them. Okay. So, stopwatch timings. Oh, we can check everybody's alibi. Wow, that's big. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through those later. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Alright, what does that leave us with now, then? We're just scraping by one clue at a time, getting closer and closer. Gladys, Horace, Henry, Patrick, Major, Colonel, Kenneth. There must be an event that hasn't triggered yet. That's all I can think of. Wait a second. Did we... Oh, look at this! Okay, I totally missed this. This goes to your inventory, not your documents. Weston gave us a packet from Miss Porter's school. This is something big that I missed. I'm not sure why... I'm not sure who gave this to us, but... It was probably Adelaide, but it's very easy to miss, is what everyone was saying. So now that we've opened it, I guess we can go look at it in our documents. Yeah, look at that. That's so dumb. That's so easy to miss. My dear Monsieur Poirot, normally I would not hesitate to deny a request for information on my girls, either past or present. However, because I am well aware of your reputation as a champion of justice, because you are acting with the authority of one of the parents, and because I am still concerned for the fragile state of his daughter's mind, I will comply with your request. That she should place such stock in numerology and astrology and worse, makes me fear for her sanity. Linda and her friends Virginia, Doris, and Estella were expelled after it was discovered by me that they were engaging in, and there really is no polite way of putting this, the practice of voodoo, as found in certain backward and dissolute isles of the Caribbean. Their target was an unpopular teacher, to be sure, Mr. Gideon Fell, teaching anthropology since discharged for incompetence. Yet instead of voicing their complaints to me, they chose this appalling method of attempting to exact revenge. I needn't add that I'm sure that all of their efforts came to naught, other than that to have them summarily removed from my school. I have included the information cards on each of the girls. Should you require further particulars, please contact the girls or their parents directly. I'm sure you'll understand that to maintain the sterling reputation of my school rightfully enjoys, I should like to put the entire shameful business behind me. Sincerely, Miss Eugenie Porter, Headmistress, Miss Porter School for Young Ladies, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's get the scoop. Are these girls suspects now? Where are these cards that we were just given? Are they in our inventory? They are, okay. Index cards from Miss Porter's package. Okay, Miss Linda Marshall, born 1927, 73 Upcott Mansions. Is this just their addresses? The Cedars, Lower Moncton, Baggs Knoll, Surrey Lane. Doris Clampendon. What a name. Virginia Price Waverly. Okay. I'm not sure what to make of that. Maybe we can send telegraphs to them now? Now, secondarily, I am told that we actually missed something at the murder scene. It's supposed to be underneath the seaweed. And there was seaweed on the wall that I know I tried to click on like 4 times, but I was not able to move it. So maybe there's seaweed somewhere else.
Can you rob?
Mr. Poirot.
Get me to the Cutter's Cove. Okay, seaweed, 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 seaweed. Here we go.
Hello, this seaweed wasn't here before.
You're more observant than I am, Hastings.
A sandwich tin.
And whatever is inside of it. Sandwiches, I wonder? That doesn't look like sandwiches.
Good lord.
Opium!
You must test it, of course, Hastings. But do not expect to find this is a box of powdered sugar.
Too right.
Too right. Yeah, Poirot, do you still have that? Sounds like a great way to pass the time in your, bombed out apartment. Well, hey, I think I know what we're using the, last vial for. Oh, I took the wrong shortcut. Yeah, that's definitely what we're going to put in the last vial at the, Adelaide Hughes Apothecary. This way. Man, that seaweed was difficult to see. Hang on, let's interpret that real quick. That was a dead drop for drugs, I'm guessing. Left at the scene of a murder.
Yes, please.
I mean, we know that there's a reputation of smugglers using these cove secret passageways and all that. I mean, that's what Tom Carter was about in the first place. So who among us... Oh, it's Horace Blatt. Horace Blatt is totally a smuggler. If I had to pick one character in this game who is the smuggler who's moving all this high traffic shit, it's him. Horace Blatt is smuggling drugs. I probably should have just come to that assumption as soon as I met him. Okay. The question is, what kind of drugs? My money's on opium.
The sandwich tin from the cave? It contains heroin, beyond any doubt.
Okay, is heroin in the same family as opium? I'm not sure whether or not I'm right. I totally forget. Well, hey, Weston's going to be wanting to know about that. Found a drug trafficker on his island. Right under your nose. And that would probably explain why he has a gun, too. In case he runs into any trouble with the constable.
Can we talk later, Poirot?
Okay, so he still doesn't want to talk. That's too bad. Oh, wise finger of suspicion! Have you updated since? We are carrying around a shit ton of drugs, aren't we? That just occurred to me. Gladys, Horace, Henry, Patrick, Major, Colonel, Kenneth. Yeah, nothing new. Alright, let me just consult my walkthrough real quick, very, very briefly, for another discreet hint. Ah, okay. This is clever. We're supposed to use those 4 index cards as the solution to solve the weird Zodiac puzzle box in Linda's room. Okay, so that's not really a spoiler. It means that I get to do a puzzle. Ah, this game's only had like 3 puzzles so far.
Let's be off then.
The Agatha Christie games are a lot of detective work and inferences, and very few puzzles, and it makes them really fun the first time through, but it kind of hurts the replay value, since you can only talk to people so often, and still get a kick out of it. Unless you got Hastings and Poirot bickering over everything. That does make things a lot more fun. Okay. Linda's room. Linda's room. Where did Linda stay? Here she is. Okay. So, I'm not sure how this works, but the clue is supposed to be in the, thing. Index cards. Are they going to expect me to know zodiac symbols? Because I really don't know those. I don't know the first thing about astrology. November, January, December, April. Let me just count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely the zodiac symbols. Do we have somewhere in our inventory that we've picked up to, like, know about the zodiac? Drug smuggling, blah, 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 blah. Shipwreck Island story, a classic. Maybe in our inventory? Seadrift Island brochure, code book, book of code. Let me see where I'm supposed to find the solution. Because the game might just expect me to know these things, which I don't, in which case I'm going to have to pull up a reference. Okay, yeah, so the game apparently has no reference, and you're just supposed to know yourself what the zodiac signs are. So give me a second to pull up a zodiac calendar. I'll put one on screen too, so you guys can have the effect. Okay. I'm not sure who the order's going to be, so let's just try top to bottom, left to right. and see if that does it. Okay, here we go. So, to begin with, first girl listed is Linda Marshall. Linda was born November 28th, which makes her a Sagittarius. And the symbol for that is like an arrow with a line through it. It's this thing right here. Okay. Up next, we have Miss Virginia Price Waverly. She was born January 3rd, which means she is a Capricorn. Okay. What is a Capricorn symbol? Capricorn is a 7 and a 6 weirdly overlaid on top of each other. Okay, where's that symbol? That's a 6 and a 9. It's a 2. Is it this thing? It might be that thing. That's the only one that looks like it has any semblance to it. Yeah, okay, because this is Aquarius to the left of it. So I guess that's it. It's a weird symbol. Up next, we have... Let me just show you these last two. December and April. December 13th, that's actually... That's another Sagittarius. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull that out. It's the arrow with the line through it. And then what was the last one? April 15th, 1928. April is... A Taurus, I think? No, it's an Aries. Aries is the one that looks like a... It's this V thing right here, the Dirk Valentine V. Okay, is this gonna do it? Does the order matter? Okay, so it must matter, so... let's try changing things up then. Let me just search what order you're supposed to do them in, because I don't know. I don't know how I would even figure it out, I mean to say. Okay. It's Linda, Doris, Virginia, and Estella. So that means it's 2 arrows. Okay.
You do yourself a credit, mon ami. Bravo.
Alright. What's in the box? It's a spooky book and a key.
A discovery of significant importance.
Okay, but what does this tell us that we didn't already know? Because, I mean, we both know that she was a voodoo fan. Table of contents. No, open it back up. Voodoo for the serious practitioner. Warning, power always must be used in the service of good, or it can turn on you threefold. Meet the LWA, rituals of attack. Wax effigies in their use. I can only look at the table of contents, so there must be something important in here. Potions, ingredients, and where to find them. I see. Key. A key. What does she have a key to? I can't think of anything else in this game that's locked. Is there a safe somewhere attached to her, bedroom? I know some hotels have those. Wait a second. Apparently we need to use the key at the monastery ruins, but I don't think I've seen any keyholes there. Unless they haven't loaded in yet, and you're not supposed to see them until now. It says it's on the side of an archway. Is it this archway? No, I don't think it is.
A Roman...
The monk's door is what it says. The hell is the monk's door? Is it... What is this thing? I've never seen
that
this.
looks like one of those doors you find in old monasteries. What do you call them?
A monk's door, Hastings.
How long has this been here? Damn, okay. I'm guessing that there's something incriminating behind here.
Hello. What have we here?
Is that a bomb?
Mrs. Castle's wire recorder. I'd almost forgotten about that.
Oh, I had forgotten about that. This went missing, didn't it? Shit, cutscene. What's going on? Linda had taken it.
Linda?
Linda's up to something.
Linda?
Linda's up to something more than voodoo. Is she working with the fucking Nazis?
Linda, dear, I'm having dinner in my room. Would you like to join me? Linda? Linda?
Oh shit, wait. Bro, is she fucking dead? There's no way.
Good Lord, Linda! No!
Oh, she's ODing.
Help! Someone help us! It's my daughter! Please!
Fucking Trianol! That's why she filled the prescription! This shit was premeditated!
The doctor was called immediately. Mademoiselle Marshall's stomach was pumped. It was a near thing, but she was safe.
Oh, good.
Thank God. The Trianol was purchased for her, of course.
I can't believe I
not her
dropped that.
stepmother.
Yes, she is caught between two worlds, Hastings.
I kinda just
Not the
assumed she
real
wanted to
world
get
and
high.
the supernatural, but childhood and adult. We have seen how she played up to Will Jenks. Was it just for a shovel to build her polo matin? I do not think so. I would advise speaking with her as soon as we return to Seadrift Island. You must learn if anyone attempted to goad her into it, whether all of the items we discovered in her fireplace were put there by her, and above all, you must try to put the poor child at ease.
Oh.
She didn't kill her stepmother, and then try to commit suicide in remorse.
No, Hastings, she did not. Consult the pushpins on the map. The picture they tell is based on the times we have gathered during our interrogations.
Someone lied?
Hastings, you may expect a murderer to lie.
As sure as you
Oh,
can expect them to murder.
Right you are.
Of more importance is that someone thinks they have told us the truth.
Ooh.
Time to unmask the murderer.
Ooh.
My friend, the smugglers of the heroin must first be apprehended. They are the last obstacle that stands between you and their true secret behind the murder of Arlena Marshall. For them, a small trap must be laid. And so, what do we know of the smugglers? Tell me who you think is involved.
Horace Blatt. It's Horace Blatt.
Horace Blatt.
Indeed, Monsieur Blatt with the hardware store that is not doing as well as he would have us
That's
believe.
right. He has a secondary source of
Beyond
income
his
too.
Elsewhere.
Yeah, totally. North probably too.
North. He's no birdwatcher.
Excellent, my friend. Yes, Mr. North from London with his What are
Oh,
the clues?
it's a whole operation, isn't it? Is it just... Wait, no. Is it just North and Blatt? Because I didn't want it to be Jenks. Jenks is a cool dude. The color of Blatt's sails. Yeah, he's signaling.
The color of Blatt's sails.
Red and white. Oui, bien. What do they signify?
Shipments are ready. Heroin's ready to be picked up.
White tells North the heroin is ready to be picked up.
Exact. That is when North makes his move to collect it. The murder. It throws the plans of Monsieur Blatt and Monsieur North into disarray. They dare not retrieve the sandwich box from the scene of the murder, with so many police tramping about.
Now we took
So,
it.
we know three things which will help us capture them. The first, they assume the heroin is still where Monsieur Blatt hid it in the cave, for no outcry has been raised. Second, once it is in their possession, the safest route off the island will be back through the tunnel they have used so many times before. And third, we have the means to stop them in their tracks.
We'll seal them in.
What do we possess that Monsieur Blatt must need most desperately to navigate the tunnels beneath the island?
I guess the compass, but it's honestly not that hard to get lost, I don't think.
The compass.
You have it, my friend. The compass is necessary to navigate the maze of tunnels.
If you're a
We
pussy,
have found the broken compass of
get
Monsieur
lost
North.
like a man, Poirot.
Only the compass of Monsieur Blatt remains. And how can we render it useless?
Throw it off with a magnet.
Throw it off with the sliver of magnet we found in the garage.
Yes, of course.
That way he won't
we
realize it's
return the
broken.
useless compass to Monsieur Blatt, replace the sandwich tin, and the trap, it is set.
We
Now
do know
all
this
that
man is armed and
remains
dangerous,
Before we
though.
return to Seadrift Island, is the last clue concerning the magical finger of suspicion.
Lay it on me.
Before you give me the last clue, may I see how I am doing so far?
But of course, Present the
about?
clues you have so far, and your interpretation of them. If you choose correctly less than half of the time, I will give you an additional hint, along with the final clue. Power was the first clue.
The thing is... I don't know what to say.
Power. Not magical power, certainly.
It's not electricity.
Must you state the obvious? The second clue was lamp.
It's under the lamp.
The lamp must be on, so that we can see the finger of suspicion.
And these are the easy questions. The third clue, it is desk.
The finger of suspicion. The wires from the lamp to the finger of suspicion are in the desk? Am I getting them right or wrong? I can't tell if he's being snarky or just giving me softball questions.
The wires from the lamp to the finger of suspicion are in the desk.
And the wires? They are very cleverly concealed too. The fourth clue, it is drawer.
You open the drawer every time you operate.
You open the drawer every time you operate the finger of suspicion.
I do not open the drawer, so
He closes it,
the
okay.
finger of suspicion is powered by the lamp through the wires hidden within the desk. Closing the desk drawer closes the circuit to allow the current to flow. Clue 5 is an easy one. Magnet.
It's magnetic.
The finger is controlled by a magnet you hold.
The magnet? It is here in my ring. There
Ah,
is a magnetic switch embedded beneath each of the oracle-like pronouncements. If the circuit is complete, a single movement controls the finger and the switch is thrown. The finger then comes to rest there. If the power to the switches is missing, the finger moves every which way as I move my hand, never settling in one spot. In this way, I did not need to leave my hand hovering suspiciously above the correct answer to your question. The switch is reset every time the circuit is broken, and the device is ready for the next. And
I
the
don't
sixth clue,
understand that at all.
the telephone.
What does the phone do?
The telephone is disconnected.
Only to the outside line. It is connected to the finger of suspicion. Unfortunately, my friend, your little gray cells have
Bitch.
failed. But never fear. The clue is code. Only he who dials the correct code can make the finger operate correctly. And here is your hint. If you have discovered the inventor of this ingenious device, you will hold the answer to the code in your hands.
It was in that book
And
over
now,
there. We
Hastings,
saw it at the very beginning.
When you are ready,
So we're pulling a sting operation. Gotta put Horace Blatt behind bars. Alright. So, we totally botched figuring out how the finger of suspicion works, though. I will not lie about that. How do we want to do this? I'm sure that this is going to be the kind of thing that the finger won't really help me with. Should I maybe talk with Weston first about catching a drug dealer? That probably makes sense. Let me go to Weston. Okay, also, I should probably revise that. I feel like Stephen Lane isn't the murderer of Arlena Stewart anymore. But he's already indirectly responsible for the murder of, you know, Parsons and all those people. So Jimmy Nash and John North. No, we already know that John North is a drug trafficker. Jimmy Nash is probably the Arlena Stewart murderer, then. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep on mulling things over, but I guess I'm leaning towards Jimmy Nash now. Uh-oh. Poirot's walking super slow to this door. That probably means that it's, not gonna open. Pity.
the door, it...
Okay. Let's go all the way back to Cutter's Cove, then.
You seem in a very good mood, young man.
Yeah,
I'm
Jinx?
about to make 10 quid and won't Gladys be pleased.
Doing what?
What is the source of your good fortune?
It's the funniest thing. One of the guests at the hotel is paying me to help play a joke on somebody.
Oh?
I'm to lay off the island this evening in my motorboat, and when he signals from the hotel tower, I'm to pick him up and run him over to Thurlestone. It's a surprise for someone,
Oh.
I don't know any more than that.
Oh, really?
We must learn more, Hastings.
Yeah, that sounds like a prank, huh? That's, it sounds like a really good, funny prank that's not drug trafficking.
When is this joke to take place?
I've no idea. I'm just to wait off the south side of the island until I see a signal from the tower. Then I head into Cutter's Cove and pick him up.
Cutter's
The
Cove?
lantern missing from their safe. It is now explained.
Yep. Okay.
Who is paying you?
Oh, I can't tell you that, sir. I gave my word, and he wouldn't pay up if I said.
He. We already have a he. I'm telling you, it's gotta be Blatt.
Is it far to Thurstone?
Oh, no, sir. Just a short run across...
And what is
Wait.
the signal?
This could be the murderer,
Sir,
actually.
I'm not sure I can tell you that.
Where can be the harm? You do not reveal the name as you promised after all.
Not
There
Jenks,
is
but
another
whoever
5
paid
in it for
Jenks.
you. £5, Hastings. I think you would not be so free with the money if it were yours.
All in a good cause.
Name your price, Jenks.
5 quid more? This is my lucky day indeed.
Here you are, my friend. £5 as promised.
Oh, you poor penguin
Much
hairdresser.
appreciated, I'm sure. It's just a signal with the light. 3 short flashes.
I could have guessed
Quickly,
that.
Hastings, consult the codes in your notebook. Choose one that will be the joke on our adversary.
Codes in the notebook. 3 short. Pickup required. High tide. It's 3 short, right?
3 short.
The signal young Mr. Jenks will already use?
Oh wait, I totally messed up. We just paid him to change the signal, aren't we? How about enemy troops on this coast for long?
4 long.
This...
Okay, I was so busy just deliberating with my own thoughts that I completely missed what's what we're supposed to be doing here. I think we're supposed to be giving him like a loaded thing. Enemy ship sighted southeast, so that's 3 short, 1 long. Is that it?
3 short, 1 long.
How can this help us?
Fire on this position, 3 long.
3 long.
Oui, but of course.
Oh shit! What?
Fire on this position? Poirot, this is a rather bloodthirsty joke, wouldn't you say?
When the time comes, you can warn him if you like.
If you like.
Monsieur Jenks, your humorous friend cannot flash the 3 short lights out into the sea.
Why not?
That is the home guard code for announcing you have spotted the enemy.
Is it really? That wouldn't do at all.
Yeah, Mr.
No, indeed.
JROTC. You should know that.
3 long flashes is the code for no enemy ship sighted.
Okay, you're gonna get this
3
guy
long
killed.
Flashes. Got it. No harm done. I have plenty of time to warn him. I'm certainly glad I told you. I may even get another tip for warning the guest. If you'd excuse me, Mr. Poirot, I have to close up.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, but take him
Like
back
a
to the
ride?
mainland first.
No,
Nope, damn
Like
it.
a rock.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Let's be off.
this is gonna be funny.
What a lot of police going back. And I've got
I'm not sure what to make of this business. I mean, it's just gonna be a good old-fashioned shootout on the water with the drug trafficking, like freaking Arrested Development and peer pressure. Okay, can we do anything at the scene?
Can you row me to Cutter's Cove?
Mr. Poirot.
Anything new over here? We wanted to put the drug tin back, didn't we? Yeah, I thought so.
Cheese is in the trap.
Correct.
Excellent. One more step only. Colonel Weston must be here to make the arrest.
Oh, so now we get Weston? Are you serious? Okay, back I go to fetch Colonel Weston. I feel like this might not even be related to the drug trafficking, the signal that he was talking about.
Hello?
Yes, please.
On me way. Gladys and I...
You know, actually, maybe it is all connected. I don't know, there's just so many mysteries going on. It's locked again. Okay, awesome. Finger of suspicion. I beseech thee. Linda. Oh, of course. Yeah, we should probably talk with her since,
Well, he's...
you know, she OD'd.
I'll be honest.
Oh, he's...
Right.
Okay, yeah. We should go have a chat with Linda.
Glad it's an
You know, now that we know that Linda was up to all sorts of nefarious voodoo stuff, I wonder if there wasn't anything more nefarious going on with her supposed crush on Will Jenks. Like, maybe that was all just part of the voodoo shit. I don't know. Might just be speculation. I've played this game long enough, I know where her room is now. Hey, Lindy, how you doing? How you feeling? Hey, bestie.
Mademoiselle, it is good to see you looking so much recovered.
Thank you.
Captain Marshall, it is necessary that I speak with your daughter in private.
I can't allow that. She's still too weak.
You have no right
It
to
is
check
of the
your daughter's
utmost
texts.
importance.
No.
Monsieur Poirot, I know what you want to speak to me about. I should like my father to remain.
Are you certain?
Yes, Daddy. Let Monsieur Poirot ask his questions. I need to answer, and you need to hear the answers.
Why don't you have
Very
a
well,
seat?
Linda dear. Monsieur Poirot?
Okay, here we go. It is not true that you liked your stepmother. Okay, we all know that.
Mademoiselle, it is not true that you liked your stepmother.
No, I loathed her. She ignored me. That was all right. It was the way she treated Daddy I couldn't stand.
Yes, stand up for your dad.
Did your father and your stepmother argue?
Oh, now the
Daddy
truth
doesn't
comes out.
argue. He makes his point and then is done with it. But they often had differences of opinion.
And you believe an instructor killed Millie Parsons. I think we corroborated that.
At school, you believed an instructor killed Millie Parsons.
What?
You and your friends had been experimenting with voodoo?
The devil, you say? See here, Poirot. How dare you?
Mademoiselle?
Yes, Mr. Fell, he believed in it. He got us interested. We knew Miss Porter wouldn't believe me if I told her about Millie, about him grabbing her and the horrid things he said.
And so you tried to just become vigilante Batman voodoo man.
You decided to dispense justice on your own?
Yes. We fashioned a wax figure of him, got the nail clippings and the hair like the book said. Then did the ritual at the polo matting we'd made.
A pole in a cleared circle?
Yes. It represents the center of the world.
The
Power.
Temple to Bacchus!
Then we let him have it with the pins. It worked, Monsieur Poirot. You have to believe me, it worked.
Because he believed as well, Mademoiselle. Only that.
Well, did anything bad happen to Gideon? I don't think he did.
Miss Potter found out what about the voodoo?
She said we were persecuting Mr. Fell. But I think she got suspicious herself. Because she fired him at the end of term.
Oh, dude, shit. Shit, I just made the connection. She made a voodoo doll of her mom, didn't she? That's why she had the burnt hair in the fireplace and the stolen piece of the fabric. Oh, damn.
You created another doll.
This morning early, I went out to the monastery ruins and performed the ritual again. Je vous ai battu, je vous casse, je vous maudis. Then I came back here and burnt everything. A little later, I heard she was dead. Don't
Oh,
you see?
man.
I thought it had worked, just like with Mr. Fell. But I didn't want her dead, not really. I just wanted her out of our lives, forever.
But Fell didn't die, did he?
Oh, my child. I'm so sorry.
And you wrote the threatening letters, didn't you?
You wrote threatening letters to your stepmother?
I wanted to scare her.
Okay, yeah.
So she would be more susceptible to your magic?
Yes. It sounds so stupid to say it like this.
Okay, but there were still
No,
creepazoid
mademoiselle.
letters from
Children
JN.
are often powerless to help those they love. But you had felt your power at school. Is it not so?
Yes, you're right, I did. I thought I could do something to stop her. And I stole Rosamond's typewriter and hid it in Mrs. Redfern's room, so she would be blamed for the notes.
Linda, you scoundrel.
That was wicked, I know.
Christine Redfern has been such a good friend to you, and you threw that lady under the bus.
Mademoiselle, did anyone tell you to take your own life?
No, it seemed the only thing I could do.
I will list for you the things I have found.
All right.
The book of voodoo rituals, the key to the monk's door behind which you hid the wire recorder,
Would have never
the
found that
stick
door.
pin in the hat with some wax still adhering to it, the hairbrush, the melted wax in the fireplace, human hair burned in the fireplace, green fabric burned in the fireplace. That is all, I think.
Now,
But
what
hang
did she
on.
not do?
That's not right.
Yeah, what is it?
Something? It is missing?
No, that green fabric. I have no idea where that came from. I
Oh.
didn't burn that.
Oh, it's all
Do you
making
see
sense.
these things?
That's
Even
why
as
it's
she
not the
put
same
the
fabric
typewriter
material. I'm
in
sorry,
the
I'm just
room
gonna
of
talk over you,
Christine
Porto.
Redfern to throw
That's why it's not the
suspicion
same
on her.
fabric material. It's the
Someone
cheap
has the same
rayon
idea.
because somebody used it to make it
As I
look
say,
like it was
the
from Arlena
pieces of
Marshall's
green
hat to make
fabric
her
that do
think
not
that she was
match the hat of
responsible.
Mrs. Marshall are a significant clue.
That's why it's fake.
Mademoiselle, why did you try to take your own life?
Because she thought she
After I
killed her
talked to
mom.
you, I came back to my room. I saw someone had been sifting through my fireplace. Then later, my puzzle box had been opened.
That was me.
But Linda, you can't have believed, not really, that voodoo killed Arlena?
No, but I knew what would happen. Daddy, I know in spite of everything you loved her. And when the truth came out, and you found out what I had done, I knew you wouldn't love me anymore.
Oh, my dear girl, I'll always love you. If you believe nothing else, believe that.
Oh, Daddy, Daddy, I'm so sorry.
Okay, shut up. I
Hastings,
need
we
to
are
figure
done
this
here.
out. Please tell me we're not going into a cutscene. Don't go into a cutscene. No, I need a second to think about this. Can I pause? Please, no cutscene, please. Okay, good. I was so worried we were just going to go into like a culprit reveal cutscene right there. Okay, we're so close to the end. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts now. So many parts of the mystery are being solved, and this silk clear here, this the fabric. Okay, so to reiterate, this was left in her room by the murderer to try to make Linda think that she was responsible. Because this was determined to be not the same fabric as the shit from Arlena's hat. It was different, but it was made to look the same. Oh, man. We never looked at this, too. Okay, and we still don't know what was up with the running bath. There was a bath running at noon. Think. I probably have the pieces to figure out why that was. There wasn't much blood drawn at the crime scene, so I doubt that it was for, you know, that purpose of cleaning off blood. Finger of suspicion. What's up? No finger of suspicion? Okay. It's probably time for the showdown. Okay. Who am I gonna lock in as the murderer? Because, like, you know what? Let's actually look at the times real quick on the stopwatch. Okay. Christine and Linda and someone else were up here playing tennis. Really doubt it's Rosamund Darnley. The gardeners. What was the gardener's alibi? Knitting at the lawn chairs. Sitting at the lawn chairs and looking for yarn. I think that one was solid. Who else am I still suspicious of? Stephen, we know where he was, and I guess he was actually there. He's already committed to one crime. Brewster, what about you? Swimming at Rocky Bath. Yeah, she found the body, so probably not her. Hillary Castle, attending her duties at the hotel. Slightly suspicious. Damn. I'm not sure. This game's stumping me. I feel like if it's not Jimmy Nash, then I'm really stumped as to figure out who it could be. Because we know that Mr. North, he could be JN, but we know that he's wrapped up in the drug business, so I doubt he'd go out of his way to kill Arlena Marshall. Oh, I should pick somebody. I think it makes most sense for it to be Oakley Gardner, but I shouldn't say anything for sure. I've always had Gardner in my back pocket as my murder suspect. So maybe I'll pull him out as my trap card. Alright. Let's see what happens if we go to the Cutter's Cove now.
Can you...
Mr. Poirot.
And if it's not ready, then maybe we'll go get Colonel Weston. I imagine it's still there. Okay. Okay, yeah. Looks like we're not ready quite yet. Albert Bagby is definitely the fucking ghost of Tom Cutter. I think I've just come to that conclusion. And that's a harmless crime. Honestly, like, kudos to him. If you want to be a pirate ghost, go for it. Like,
Yes,
go Davy Jones on that bitch, my guy.
I run out.
We haven't even checked in with Albert Bagby or Adelaide this chapter. So let's have a look at both of these places. Weston's still not in there. Okay. Bagby's gone again. Adelaide, how about you? I highly doubt it was someone like Adelaide or fucking... Oh, Adelaide's gone. Wow. I doubt that there's anything important we can do in here, though. Yeah, everyone's, like, clocking out for the day. I don't think we can use that last test tube. Pity. Okay, there must be just something really small awaiting for the final encounter. Oh, okay, okay. I remember now. We needed the compass. We needed to break our compass by using the spanner. This thing right here.
I am sorry, mon ami.
No, no, no. How do we do this? That's the broken compass. Okay. Where's the working compass?
An interest. Pardon,
No, no.
I
help
am
me out.
sorry, mon ami.
Okay, and let me figure out what I'm supposed to do in my inventory. Okay, I have to look close at the spanner.
Can't say I see much point in hanging on to a magnetic sliver of metal, but you never know.
Oh, so there's been...
As you say, Hastings, you'll never know.
So this whole time there's been a tiny magnetic sliver hanging on to that, apparently. And here it is.
Well, that's put paid to the compass, right enough. It's no
Right.
good now.
Okay, I think that's about all we need to do. And now it says I'm supposed to bring that to Blatt at the bar over here. Or maybe it means the other bar. Nope, here he is, playing piano.
Here is your compass, Monsieur Blatt. I thank you for allowing me to borrow it.
It's about bloody time, too.
There you are, my good sir. Now, it's go time, isn't it? Can I talk to
Look,
him?
isn't there someone else you can bother for a while?
Oh, he's just angry that we found his gun. Okay, okay. Now we can finally talk to Weston, apparently. I've tried like 3 times this chapter, but apparently this time it's for real.
Hello?
Yes, please.
On me way. I have a...
Dun, 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 dun. Maybe the ghost of Tom Cutter did kill Arlena Stewart. And yeah, we're in. What you got for me?
Hello, Poirot.
I'm so much
Have
better
there
dressed
been
than he
any
is.
new developments?
I'll say.
Okay. Gideon Fell.
Any report on Gideon Fell?
He's being questioned as we speak. I hope to have some information before the night is over.
Okay, so he hasn't been killed. Jimmy Nash, tell me about him.
What of Monsieur Jimmy Nash?
Nothing yet, Poirot. Scotland Yard has promised to bring through sometime tonight.
Good God, they work so slow. What about Castle?
What of Mrs. Castle?
She met with certain individuals in Exmoor, then hopped a train to Southampton. Trying to leave the country is my guess. She'll be detained the moment she tries to board a ship.
You are watching her associates, I assume?
Scotland Yard is on it.
It is time to clear up our remaining mysteries.
Yes.
I need your help.
Anything.
Okay, okay. Settle the business of the heroine. Okay, first, let's watch the causeway.
Your men must watch the causeway and stop anyone who tries to leave.
My men will be ready. Anything else?
It's heroin busted time.
We must settle this business of the heroine.
Tell me what you need.
Accompany me to Cutter's Cave.
I'm ready to leave when you are. What else?
We are ready to return to Cutter's Cave.
Let's fucking go!
Colonel, perhaps you should descend to Cutter's Cove by the ladder. I will ask Mademoiselle Brewster to conduct me there.
Why don't we both take the ladder?
Yeah,
Tell
why
him
not,
the
Poirot?
smugglers might try to escape by boat.
If the smugglers try to
Now you're
flee by
thinking on your
boat,
feet.
I shall be ready. If they try to make their escape via the ladder, you will be there to apprehend them.
On my way.
Thank you, Hastings. You appreciate my suspicions of the ladder.
Dude, Weston's gonna fall off the ladder and
Let's see.
fucking
It
die.
does not appear too rough.
Poirot, you can't fly to Cutter's Cove.
Fly? No, no. Flying is not for Poirot.
Yes, yes, flightless birds and all. Penguin man. Alright, Brewster. Let's go do some crazy shit.
Can you row me to Cutter's Cove?
Mr. Poirot, after your efforts to find Millie's killer, I'll row you any time you like. You need only ask me. Climb in.
Okay. So what's going on? we're gonna pop over here and see some shit. Hey there, Weston. What's up?
An older ladder that has collapsed?
How am I supposed to trigger this? I'm not... Should I wait in the cave? Oh, he's coming with us.
I say, the heroin is gone.
A snack. The heroin is gone. So he must be in the cave, then.
We
Yep.
can't leave by boat, and your bloody compass is useless.
Look at
I
that
don't
face.
understand it. Compass worked fine before I learned it to. Oh, hoaxed it, did you?
I am afraid so.
Get hoaxed.
Clever, aren't you?
Get absolutely
Oui?
hoaxed.
May I borrow the compass once more?
I guess you've earned it.
I'll take the sandwich tin if you don't mind.
Weston, this dude has a gun.
A few questions, only to satisfy my curiosity.
Okay. He's not the ghost, there's no way. Monsieur North, you picked them up in Cutter's Cave.
Monsieur North, you picked them up in Cutter's Cave.
Yes, once I saw the all-clear signal.
Mm-hmm. The sails, right?
The cells, of course.
Of course.
So it
Red
wasn't the
to
light.
tell Monsieur North the shipment, it was not ready. White to inform him that he could pick it up using the tunnel
So the
from
signal lamp is someone
smuggler's
else
rest.
entirely.
That's right. I'd nicked a spare key months ago when the place was still open. Worked quite well for us until a U-boat took some pot shots at me when I was making the rendezvous at sea.
So you did get
Too
shot at.
dangerous now. That was to be our last shipment for a while until we could find another way.
The war, it is an inconvenience.
Oh, tell me about
You
it.
can say that again.
Okay, and the shipments come from a larger vessel?
You receive the shipments from a larger vessel at sea?
Yes.
Playing the ghost was your idea, Mr. North?
Not likely. Blad thought it would scare off any nosy locals.
Oh, come
I
on,
thought
really?
It was bloody silly.
I think that concludes our business here. Colonel Weston, if you could hand Monsieur North over to your men, I would like Monsieur Blatt to join us this evening in the dining room.
Oh, are we
It's
having...
your show, my friend.
We're having
I'd
an
shoot
Agatha
you,
Christie
Poirot.
style thing.
Somebody stole my gun.
Wait, what? Oh, shit.
Ebion Hastings.
Oh,
The murder
no.
of Millie Parsons, it is now explained. The fifth columnist has fled and will hopefully lead Scotland Yard to other traitors.
Oh, it's gonna be just like
The
murder on the
practitioner
Orient
of the
Express.
voodoo has been revealed. The smugglers have been trapped with the goods, as you say. Only one target remains. The murderer of Elena Marshall.
Then you knew by now who had murdered Elena Stewart?
But of course, all of the clues are now in your possession as well.
You're making me feel like an idiot, Poirot.
Hastings, the time it has arrived. The crowning glory of any case. That sublime moment when the spotlight shines down. A hush descends upon the audience, and all eyes turn to Poirot. Tonight, however, the stage, it shall be yours.
How very thoughtful of you.
Some will listen in relief, others in anger at what must be revealed. And some will listen in fear as the net of truth slowly, inexorably tightens about them. Now, one thing only before we begin. Do you wish Poirot's help? I can whisper in your ear and guide you. Or, if you feel brave, I will sit back and let you present the case your own little gray cells have constructed for you. What then is it to be?
No safety nets. We're doing this ourselves.
I'd like to give it a try on my own.
I salute you, my friend, and wish you bon chance.
Alright, let's fucking do it. Okay,
Well, that is to say, Hastings, pull yourself together. You wanted to present the summation on your own. Get on with it. Yes, we. Mesdames et messieurs, we are gathered here to learn the facts behind the death of Elena Marshall. Two matters I will touch on briefly first.
messed up.
Mrs. Castle, our hostess, will not be joining us. She has fled the island, carefully shadowed by the police.
But we're pretty sure
Good
she's not the
God.
murderer.
Do you mean to say she murdered Mrs. Marshall?
Shut
No,
up.
none at all. But for some time she has been in the employ of this nation's enemies. Rest assured, she will be arrested the moment she leads the police to her co-conspirators. Also, Monsieur Horace Blatt and a day tripper by the name of North have been taken into police custody.
What's he done?
He was arrested with a considerable quantity of heroin in his possession.
Just a Friday
Blatt
night.
murdered Mrs. Marshall then.
No.
No.
Barry, shut the hell up.
Columnist, the drug smugglers, as I recall, Mr. Blatt, you thought this a rather dull place for a holiday.
You're acting kind of
And
sussy,
now
Karen.
we must turn our attention to murder. In order to understand the crime, it is necessary to separate the clues to its nature from the many red herrings that obscured our path. Once that is accomplished, we are left with the truth. Let us begin with the comparison of two bottles. The two bottles I compared were, of course...
Okay, here we go. It was perfume bottles, right? No, bottle of Trianol. There was the bottle from the Rocky Bath. That was the big one. Okay, I think it was these two.
The bottle from the Rocky Bath and a bottle of Trianol.
While the bottle tossed into the Rocky Bath is important,
Shit.
it was only necessary to test its...
Okay, yes, we didn't compare it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Eh bien?
Begin again. It's the perfume bottles. Damn it.
Perfume bottles.
I speak of the two perfume bottles. The first bottle was in Madame Marshall's bath. She had applied the perfume before leaving on her float this morning, as I myself remarked. Why would she need a second bottle? And why was it found in the cave? Next, we come to another comparison. And for this, we owe much to the expertise of Mademoiselle Darnley.
Okay, it was the green fabric. Totally green fabric.
3 pieces of green fabric.
A torn piece of fabric
Someone was
found
trying to
near
imitate
the cave in
Arlena.
Cutter's Cove.
They must have been.
Another piece of green fabric was found in the fireplace of Linda Marshall. They appeared to be the same fabric as that of Madame Marshall's hat. In fact, Mademoiselle Darnley was able to tell at a glance that neither was the silk from the hat. I will now turn to another curious incident of this morning. Someone threw a bottle from the hotel balcony. It narrowly missed Mademoiselle Brewster. Why dispose of an unneeded bottle in such a fashion when there are convenient dustbins? The contents of the bottle was also surprising.
It was just suntan lotion, though. That's the thing.
Artificial suntan.
Testing proved the bottle it had contained artificial suntan. But the weather, it has been most agreeable. The sun, it shines every day. Who would need such a thing?
Someone trying to
Then there was
disguise
the contents
themselves.
of Madame Marshall's flask.
She had drugged coffee. Trianol.
Trianol.
Her coffee was laced with a heavy dose of the sedative Trianol.
Is she not dead?
Instead of reviving her, it would almost certainly have put her
She's
into
not
a
fucking
deep
dead, is
sleep.
she? Oh my fucking
Taken
god.
separately, the clues, they mean little.
Wait, no.
But together,
No, she
a
took the
bath where there should
$1,000
have
withdrawal
been
so
none,
that she can hire people to fake her
duplicate
death.
perfume bottles, fabric for the hat that is very much alike, yet not the same.
There's no way.
Artificial suntan when the sun it shines brightly. These suggested at once to me a single thought alone.
There is no way. Someone was impersonating. She hired them to, didn't she?
Someone wanted to impersonate Arlena Marshall.
They took another corpse,
Someone
didn't they?
wanted to duplicate the hat of Mrs. Marshall, her deep tan, even her scent. And how can we determine when this impersonation
That's why she
has
wanted to go to the
taken
beach
place?
alone.
It is a sound
There never
which
was a
gives us
murder.
the
No, there
clue.
probably was, but it wasn't her. She didn't get murdered. What are we even talking about? The sound of running water? Probably. Okay, let me just structure this in my head real quick before we get deeper into it. Arlena Marshall was in trouble with somebody or something, and so she withdrew, what was it, 10,000, 5,000, some amount from her bank account the week before she disappeared. She spoke to us alone and said, "I'd like to go to this beach to be quiet." We never saw her face. We were just told it was battered beyond description, and no autopsy report or nothing like that. She's faking her death and running away.
The sound of running water.
An odd thing, that running water. It was heard both by Poirot and the maid Gladys Narracott. It was very late in the morning for someone to be taking a bath.
It was
And
Marshall,
as I
wasn't it?
observed when I had occasion to use my own bath yesterday at an unusual hour, the sound, it is very
Jimmy
noticeable
Nash,
in a
wait,
quiet hotel.
wait. She wanted to run away
Why
with
would
him, didn't
someone
she?
need to run a bath so late in the morning, if all had already risen and breakfasted?
Washing off
Poirot's
the
shoes
shit?
begin to fit you,
Like
Hastings.
they're washing off the suntan lotion? It's, yes, to remove the suntan. That's what it is. Okay. Jimmy Nash wasn't a stalker. That was actually a legitimate old flame, wasn't it? Who wanted to rekindle something with her. and she must have felt the same way and they ran away together. Is that what's going on?
To remove the artificial suntan.
To wash off the artificial suntan, perhaps? The bottle, of course, it is thrown into the sea after the suntan is applied, narrowly missing Mademoiselle Brewster.
By luck.
It becomes clear, does it not, that someone impersonated Madame Marshall this very morning, very near to the time of her murder. But why?
Because she wasn't murdered!
Hoping to be murdered in her place.
A sacrifice without rhyme or reason. A gentleman might make it out of love or devotion, but none of the gentlemen, in this case at least, could impersonate Arlena Marshall in her bathing costume.
That's true, but...
You make it sound so obvious.
It is.
To prove an alibi for the murderer. Wait. I'm confused. I lost the thread. Let me see what he says.
To provide an alibi for the murderer.
Précisément. I have calculated the time it would take for every person on this island to reach Cutter's Cove, murder Madame Marshall, and come away again between 20 of 11 and 15 minutes to 12. And I tell you that only Mademoiselle Darnley can have done it.
Really?
Monsieur Poirot.
Calmez-vous, mademoiselle? You were the only one close enough. Yet the nature of the crime, strangulation by powerful hands, eliminates you. Captain Marshall was typing the letters. Linda Marshall and Mrs. Redfern were together at Sanctuary Cove. Monsieur Redfern is in plain sight of several people.
Someone
both
stole that
guests
gun
and
too.
hotel staff.
Shit.
Mrs. Castle tends to her duties. The gardeners were together above the bathing beach, except when Monsieur Gardner goes to fetch the knitting wool. Despite Madame Gardner's apprehensions, he would still not have had enough time to do the deed. Mademoiselle Brewster swims, converses with Poirot, and rows. Monsieur Blatt sails. Major Barry gets lost. Monsieur Lane hikes.
What about the tunnels?
Ah yes, they're tunnels. They would certainly allow someone to reach Cutter's Cove undetected if their secret were known. But they do not make the trip there any shorter. Whether you travel from the Smuggler's Rest to Cutter's Cove, or the monastery ruins to Cutter's Cove via path or tunnel, the time it is almost the same. And without a compass, you may rest assured the trip would be much longer. The method of murder? Strangulation by a powerful pair of hands. Only a man or a strong woman could have done it. It is true there is a woman in this room who could have done it.
Yes, get on with it.
Brewster.
We talked about this.
Forgive me, Mademoiselle.
Hastings can't be right.
Not at all. I believe in keeping fit.
My man.
This fact helps us to eliminate Madame Castle, Madame Gardner, Madame Redfern, Mademoiselle Darnley, and Mademoiselle Linda Marshall as the stranglers.
Unless the corpse was preemptively strangled because it wasn't Arlena Marshall.
Yes. A method of murder seen before in Devon. A schoolgirl named
It's
Millie
Alice
Parsons.
Corrigan's body, isn't it?
A housewife named Alice Corrigan. One murdered only a few weeks after the other earlier this year.
Okay, well that's a long time.
One of these murders is connected only slightly to the death of Arlena Marshall. But the perpetrator of the other is far more intimately involved.
It's Alice Corrigan, isn't it?
The murderer of Alice Corrigan.
Alice Corrigan and Arlena Marshall
Yeah.
were murdered by the same man. How does Poirot know this? The unbreakable alibi. The primary suspect in Alice Corrigan's murder also had the unbreakable alibi just as we face here. An alibi based solely on time. Corrigan, the husband of the murdered woman, was apparently aboard a train when she was killed. Yet in that case, all a certain young lady hiker by the name of Elizabeth Stride must do is give the time when she discovers the body at least 20 minutes before Alice Corrigan actually died. The husband has time to alight at the station, kill his wife, and be gone before the police they arrive. Note how the alibi, it is worked precisely the same. And here the clue that demolishes the false alibi in the murder of Arlena Marshall is her stepdaughter's watch.
No, Poirot. You're wrong.
What? Wait. Linda's watch keeps perfect time, right? Or does it run... It runs slow, doesn't it?
Linda's watch runs slow.
Where is the...
No, okay, it runs fast.
Linda's watch runs...
You are guessing a...
Fine, it runs on time, okay.
Linda's watch keeps perfect time.
If the watch of Linda Marshall did not keep their perfect time, I might have forgiven certain testimony as an honest mistake. But there was no honesty about it. It was a deliberate lie.
He's shaking me. He's making me feel like I'm wrong about my theory of her being alive, but we haven't touched on the withdrawal yet.
The liar is Linda Marshall.
No, it's...
Fine,
Of
it's
course.
Christine Redfern, okay.
The liar is Christine Redfern. You are a liar, Madame Redfern.
I mean, so's he.
No.
You are the impersonator of Arlena Marshall. And the only way you could have done it is if you changed the time on Linda's watch. You had the opportunity at Sanctuary Cove. You had the opportunity to change it back when you sneaked into her room to add to her fire that cheap green hat you wore as part of your disguise.
But how could she change the time on my watch when I was right there at the cove?
Mademoiselle, it was easy enough. Turn the watch back 20 minutes the first time you go into the sea. Then ask what time is it as you prepare to go into the sea once more. The watch, it says 15 minutes of 12. But of course, it is in reality only 25 minutes past 11. She is already dressed in the white bathing suit like Arlena's. The green hat, it is concealed in her sketch bag. And the suntan was applied much earlier, now concealed by the clothes she wears to protect her from the sun. At 11:20, Madame Redfern, she hurries to Cutter's Cove, a journey of no more than 15 minutes. I have timed it myself. She finds Arlena unconscious from the drugged coffee and pulls her into the cave.
What?
It could not have been easy. She spilled the coffee. Tore her hat.
Wait, it was Christine? Or was she just impersonating her? I'm so confused right now. She was waiting for Patrick?
She has but a few moments to dab herself with Arlena's perfume and compose herself before the rowboat with Patrick Redfern at the oars and Emily Brewster in the bow rounds the headland into Cutter's Cove.
This is
The time.
just before the
It
murder?
is precisely 11:40.
What? What the fuck?
You have no proof of any of that. Why would she do such a thing?
To catch you in
She
the
loves
act,
you, Monsieur
you
Redfern,
bitch.
as you love her. Have I not agreed it is so?
Mr. Poirot, you're saying that the woman I saw lying there was Christine Redfern and not Arlena Marshall?
Oui bien. A little play artfully contrived for your benefit. Each step you were led. Each step you thought you saw what you were supposed to see. Then after you left to go get help.
Dude, what? It was Patrick? Are you fucking serious? Patrick, you're holding out on me. It was the couple? Oh, come on. But what about Arlena's body? Don't sandbag my theory. I know she's alive.
And then the real murder occurs.
Shit. It was a clever ruse. It was a very, very clever ruse. They had me the whole time. I really thought that she was pissed at him for catting around.
Now, of course, it is truly 15 minutes of 12. Madame Marshall has the time to wash away the artificial tan, change his clothes, and arrive for her tennis rendezvous.
Monsieur Poirot, I am sure everyone will agree that I might have had a motive to kill Arlena, but not Patrick.
You think I believe in your jealousy, mademoiselle? When your husband, if he is indeed your husband, loves you and you know it to be true? No. The true motive lies in 2 documents.
Which 2? It's gotta be the letter from J.N.
Letter from J.N.
A letter from a former admirer named Jimmy Nash gives us an insight into Mrs. Marshall and her relationships with a certain kind of man. It is clear that he has requested and received money from her sometime in the past.
And Arlena's will?
Arlena's will.
The fact that Arlena named her husband as her sole
Okay, no, it would only benefit him. Arlena's solicitors?
Letter from Miss Porter.
That's not what I clicked.
Miss Porter's...
No.
Well, it did.
This murder...
Now, old chap, watch the blood pressure.
Getting into an argument over the murder.
Letter from Arlena's solicitors.
A telegram reveals that a sizable portion of her fortune was paid out last week to her. £10,000 to be exact. Do you know anything of this, Captain Marshall?
First I've heard of it.
I said to Captain Marshall earlier today that until we can comprehend fully and completely exactly what kind of a person Arlena Marshall was, we shall not be able to see clearly exactly the kind of person who murdered her. And what do we see from these 2 letters?
Arlena was a woman who used men, cast them aside, yeah.
Arlena was a woman who used men, then cast them aside.
They come in belief to...
No, it was the opposite?
You have them where you want them, Hastings.
Really?
Arlena was taken advantage of by men she was attracted to.
Arlena Marshall was a woman who needed to be admired, adored. It is true. But what was the result? She was fair game for a certain type of man who takes advantage of such women. Just as Jimmy Nash convinced her to give him money, Patrick Redfern did the same. And I know as surely as I know anything, that before Jimmy Nash, there was another such man, and before him another. Arlena was not a predator. She was the victim.
Oh.
That is her character. And
she was still kind of a bitch, though.
That is the character of Edward Corrigan, the man who killed her, just as he killed his wife Alice for her inheritance only a few months ago.
Are you?
No proof whatsoever.
Are you Edward Corrigan?
Oh, I don't know about that. Here's something even Poirot hasn't heard yet. Although knowing him, he expects it. I sent a photograph of the 2 of you he borrowed from your suitcase to the Brixton police.
Oh, boy.
Allow me to make this small deduction, Colonel. They have identified you as Edward Corrigan and Elizabeth Stride, the young woman who found the body.
That would have been nice to know if Scotland Yard could hurry the fuck up.
Thanks, old man. That's dashed kind of you.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's torn it.
So who's got that gun?
Edward, don't be a fool.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Say, that looks like my revolver.
Of course it's your fucking revolver. You think there's a gun store on this island?
You can go quietly to the noose if you like, my dear. I have other plans.
Don't be angry at me. I'm just a silly little hairdresser. I'm just a silly little penguin hairdresser. Oh, he's got the getaway boat.
Shouldn't we chase after him?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait.
Poirot does not chase.
Oh, we gonna give him the 3 longs? Oh, no way. There is no way, Poirot. Are we going up to the tower now? We're just gonna give...
Hastings?
Yes, the signal light. Are we just going to give the order to just fucking obliterate him? Just nuke him from orbit? There's no way. That's so mean.
You damned, interfering, lousy little worm. One step and I'll kill you. I may do it anyway.
Here is your chance, Hastings. Warn him if you wish to. Try not to get Poirot killed, please. Do not signal with a lantern.
And why not?
Go about your business.
Go about your business.
I didn't need your permission.
Yeah, see where that gets you. Oh, I guess we have to pick something.
Go about your business.
I didn't need your permission.
He just doesn't give a shit. Alright, what can I say that'll get him killed? Probably this one.
It is too dangerous.
Don't worry about it. Everything's arranged. You've fallen down rather badly on this, haven't you? Now clear out before I pull this trigger.
Ruh-roh, guess I better leave. Go ahead and proceed with your signal. Hey everyone, come to see the fireworks? Oh no. Oh no.
Right. That's the signal.
Get ready, men. Oh my god, I hope they have insurance at this hotel. I really hope they have insurance. Ruh-roh. Don't hurt my man, Jenks. Jenks is just a part of the prank. Oh, are these the Brits?
Achtung!
No, they are
Stellen
not.
Sie
They are not
Koordinaten
British.
ein. Bereit!
All right, we got your getaway vehicle right here.
Ziel!
Edward. In May of 1941, the war had just begun. The Germans had the biggest ship that had the biggest guns. They had to sink the Bismarck, the terror of the
Hell.
seas. Stop those guns.
Gut. Ziel zerstörtes. Tauchen!
Oh, that was amazing. Hey, Jenks, look who it is. Please just submerge again. It would be so funny if you just submerged again. Oh, crap. So is there a fire department on this island, or does the whole hotel burn down now? Was that worth your 15 quid?
One mystery only remains, Hastings. You have the clue. Code. What is then the code that allows someone to control their finger of suspicion? When you think you have the answer, tell me and we shall see what we shall see.
Oh, good game. Good fucking game. Okay, the clue was over here, wasn't it? This thing? Let's see. Appeal of accept these 2 tokens. Bill Nichols. I don't know. I don't even care about this mystery as much, if I'm being honest. Okay, it's... The correct answer is genius. So G-E-N... Could have sworn I tried that, but I guess not. U-S. There you go, Hercule.
Bravo, Hastings. That is indeed the code that unlocks their finger of suspicion. You have uncovered the secret of its magic.
Oh, good, the bombing stopped. That looks exactly like Marleybone from Wizard 101.
The case, it is now complete, my friend. You have walked in Poirot's shoes.
Poirot, I'll be honest with you. Now that I've given it a try, your job is not as easy as I thought.
Oh, but it's fun.
Thank you for the experience. I am proud to be your friend.
Aww.
And I am honored to have you as mine, Hastings. We have passed the hours most agreeably.
Yes, I thank you for that too.
They're putting out the bat signal. That's actually a Batman reference, guys. I don't know if you knew that.
I'm sorry, old chap. I should trot on over to the War Office, I'm afraid.
And so, one mystery solved, and another, even greater, begins.
Don't you worry. No more holidays at the beach for a time, maybe. But we'll pull through. You'll see.
Oh, I feel like the dinosaur, Hastings. Gone is my world, where good always triumphs over evil. Where the clues, they all add up to the satisfactory solution. Where the murderer never escapes. This will be war as we have never seen it. Whatever the outcome, mon ami, the cost, it will be high. And I fear our world, it will never be the same.
Okay, Doomer. And that's our credits. Okay. Okay. They got me. I will own up to it. I was totally sold on this completely fabricated theory that I just invented on the spot, that Arlena faked her death, because I thought I was being clever and I thought I was ahead of the curve, but no. No, it was a couple. It was just like we said. It was Christine and Patrick, but it was actually Edward and... What were the names? Edward and Elizabeth Stride? Stride and Corrigan? Dang, man. That was a good one. I can't talk too loud and I can't talk too long because my family's trying to sleep. And like I said, it's really early in the morning now. But I had a great time with this. This more or less concludes the Agatha Christie Adventure Games trilogy. I know that they've made some newer Agatha Christie titles. I've heard nothing about them, but I know that these three come from a very vintage era that has a lot of nostalgia in a lot of places in people's hearts. That being said, having played all three of them now, blind on the channel, I might have to go with And Then There Were None as my favorite. And Then There Were None was definitely the most primitive. It was very buggy, but I had a lot of fun with it. I think the bugs really enhanced the experience for me. I had a good time laughing at a lot of the glitches, and that made it a very memorable experience to play with you guys. But this one was very fun too. Elephants in the room, there's no mystery really, there's no murder for 80% of the game, but I don't even care because it just makes the murder all the more fun, and it definitely wasn't predictable. There were times when I thought this mystery was going to be too predictable, and that I had just nailed things. Like, as soon as I saw JN, and then remembered that John North was a thing, I was so certain that John North killed him, but it was all just a red herring. It was all just a red herring. So many red herrings on top of each other. I don't know if this is what the Evil Under the Sun book was like, but if it is, then I'll have to give that a read, so that I can relive the experience of being stumped to hell and back. Otherwise, I know this was a long series, and this is probably going to be a terribly long final episode, but I'm excited to get into some more ND this summer with my brother. We're going to be picking up Danger by Design as soon as we can. My final exam of my final class was today, and I'm done, and I'm in the summer now, and it feels great, and I'm looking forward to a great summer with everybody on the channel. So otherwise, thanks so much again for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this blind playthrough. Agatha Christie got me this time. I had a pretty good track record for those first two games I played, but damn, they got me this time. And don't forget to vote for Holt.